In an Africa kingdom called the Okeso, there live 3 young ladies, called Imani, Nala, and Kianga. The 3 ladies are best friends. Imani and Nala are the prettiest lady in the kingdom. No man will see them and say no to their beauty. But Kianga, their 3rd friend, was very ugly. The beauty of Imani and Nala are always in the mouth of the people of the kingdom. Whenever they pass by, attention given to them is more than the king. Everywhere will be silent, and everybody will focus on them. The animals will come around the sea. Every man around the moment will leave whatever they are doing and focus their 2 eyes on them. This make Imani and Nal not to see themselves as ordinary women, but a small god of the kingdom. They are so proud they reject all the men that propose to them for marriage, including Izzy, the son of the richest farmer in the kingdom. They will say, no man in the kingdom have the money to maintain their whole lives. We want to marry to a man that have everything in the world, so that when we get to his house, we will become more and more pretty. Not ugly, but Kianga, their 3rd friend, was never like that. Because she is ugly, she never reject any man that proposed to her. She got married to one of the farmer in the village and the forest called Congo, where bear beasts live like a human, and this forest bear get married just like human. There are 2 giant bear in this forest, but they never want to marry to their fellow bear. They will say they want to marry the most prettiest thing in the world. Nala and Imani still enjoy their single life. They still insist that no man in the kingdom can take good care of them. They always go to a faraway river in the kingdom, not to fetch water, but to play. They see the river as the quiet place to make themselves happy. They will sing and dance. Sometimes they will enter into the river, splashing water to themselves. One day, one of the giant bear from Congo forest came to drink water in the river. On getting to the river, the bear saw Imani and Nal. From a very far distance, he could not see them so well. The bear dodged secretly and moved closer to them. Imani and Nal didn't notice anything. The bear moved closer and saw the beauty. He saw their skin shining like a gold, their eyes blinking like a newborn baby. The bear said to itself, "This is the most prettiest thing I've ever seen. They look so beautiful. If my second partner see this, I know he will like them to the bear." Imagine him moving closer to them, touching their skin, playing and having fun with them. But he know, if he appear to them and do so, they will be so scared, they will run, and they will never come back to the river again. The bear hides secretly until they are done. When the bear was hiding, he had Imani telling Nala, saying, "Okay, friend, we are done for today, let go home. We will come back tomorrow." Imani and Nala left the river and go back home. The bear go back to the forest. When the bear get back to the forest, he tell his partner, the 2nd giant bear, "What his eyes have seen in the river, I saw what my eyes have never seen today. To beautiful human. Their body shining like a gold, and their eyes blinking like a newborn baby," said the bear. The 2nd giant bear was in a hurry to see what his friend have seen too, but the other bear reply and say, "I had their discussion. They say they will come back to the river tomorrow on the 2nd day. Imani and Nal are already in the river, playing as usual. As the 2 giant bear got to the river, the 2nd giant bear was so impressed with their beauty. The 2 bear fell in love with Imani and Nal, but they never know what to do. The bears don't know much about them. They don't even know their names, so they decided to always come around, whenever they are, in the river, to hear their conversation. Through this, they will know more about them. They will know what they like and what they dislike. One day, the 2 bears were hiding somewhere around the river, hearing their conversation. The bear hear them talking about the type of man they will like to marry. "I am the prettiest woman in the world, and I will marry the most beautiful, powerful, and kind man in the world," Imani said, and Nal respond to her by saying, "I will marry the strongest and richest man in the world." The bear hear this, but they were not happy because they don't have the power to turn into a human. It is only the king of the bear in the forest that can give them the power to turn into human being. Imani and Nal left the river and go back home, and the 2 bear returned to the forest to meet their king. They tell their king, "We have been waiting for days like this to come, and the day has finally come. We have seen the love of our life, whom our heart has truly chosen as a beautiful human being. So, king, we want you to give us the power to be able to turn into a human being. We can't appear to them like this. They will be scared. But if we appear to them in form of a rich, wealthy, and a powerful man, they will listen to us and we will become their husbands." the king of the bear respond with anger and say, no, no, I will never do that of us. You know, the law of our kingdom. Bear can only be turned into a human only if we have an important mission in the world of human. I can never turn bear into a human because the bear want to go and marry them. No, I can never do that. There are a lot of beautiful bears in our kingdom. Go to them and marry them. When the two giant bears hear what the king have said, they left the palace, but they were never happy. Day after day, they keep coming to king to beg him to give them the power to turn into a human, but the king keeps saying no, until one day the two bear came to the king, begging him for the power. Please, we need this power. Please, the king of the bears, see the pain on their face. He hear their cry and accept their request. He accept to give them the power, but I want you to know this. The king said in a bold and fearful voice, when you marry them and impregnate them, the babies belong to our kingdom. The two bear accept and agree with the king. Conditions, the king give them the power, and they start living, but as they were about to leave the palace, the king remind them and say, remember you are going for some time, not forever. Don't forget, you belong to our kingdom, not there. Kingdom, goodbye. The second day, Amani and Nala came to the river to play as usual, but on their way going back home, they saw beautiful men. Their faces were shining like a ripe brown mango. Looking tall and very beautiful, the first man named itself Amare, and the second man named itself Zuri. The two men approach and say to them, "Hi, princess, how are you doing?" But Amani and Nala never answer. The proudness in them make them not care about the men. Beauty. As they keep going, Amani mistakenly shook one of her leg on a very long nail. She shouted and screamed in a very loud voice. My leg blood were flowing and rushing out seriously as Amare and Zuri hear one of the ladies shouting. They quickly move closer to them. What happened to your friend? Nal replied with gentle voice, crying bitterly. Please help my friend. She just shook her leg on a very long nail, and there is nobody around to help us. Please help me, and let carry her to the village. Amare answered, we cannot help, but we can heal. Amare laid his hand on the wound, and the wound started healing. Instantly, the blood stopped. Amani covered the wound to its normal position. Amani never feel any pain again. She stood up with surprise on her face. Amani and Nala asked themselves silently in their mind, who are this men Amari and Zuri? Hear what they are silently saying in their mind, and they reply them loudly at once and say, we are the man you are looking for, the man that have everything of this world. Let go to your kingdom, it's seen your places too far. Zuri point his right hand to the bush. Immediately, Fo Brown Horse came out right from the bush, climb it, and let go to your kingdom. Zuri said, Imani and Nal climbed the horse with a fearful mind, asking different kind of question in their mind. Who is this man? Hope, this man is not a ghost. It was dark when they got to their village. It was already evening. Imani and Nal, the two friends, have to depart and go to their various houses. Amare followed Nala to sleep in his house, and Zuri followed Imani that night. Imani and Nala could not sleep. When Zuri see that Imani could not sleep, he moved close to her and say, young princess, it's late. Why are you not sleeping? Imani replied with a softly voice, I am scared. I don't know. I am also a human being. Like you, Zuri said. All to what you saw was just a gift from God. What you saw last time was just a little of me. You still have more to see? I can do and undo. I can turn animal into man and human into animals. It's nothing but gift from God, so don't be afraid of me. I am also a human being. Like you, Amani feel calm with his words, and her fear disappear instantly. She believed him. She now feel free with him, and she asked, what is your name? Zuri answered confidently and say, my name is Zuri. They both smiled to each other, and Zuri asked, will you marry me? Imani smile and answer, yes, I am loving you, and I am already yours. The second morning, Zuri and Amare ask everyone in the kingdom to bring their sick wants. To them both, the old and young ones and the blind ones, and also the woman that haven't give birth for years. Amare and Zuri heal them all, and this make Imani and Nala fall in love more and more for Amari and Zuri. They both get married. Their wedding goes well as the day goes after day, and moon after moon, Amare and Zuri heal everyone in the kingdom, except someone that never get heal, the king wife. She have never get pregnant. Since when she get married to the palace, all the village herbalist has tried all the best, but nothing work. And this have make the king get worried, because if he suddenly die, he have no one to take over the throne. Amare and Zuri has always go to the palace to heal the king wife, but nothing worked. After several months, Imani and Nala get pregnant. But Zuri and Amare feel unhappy because their time is already near the time to go back to where they come from. One night, Imani slept and wake up to see a giant bear beside her. She shout, "To Itachad," loudly. She was so scared and wanted to run, but the doors are closed. "Don't be afraid. I am your husband. I can't hurt you, but listen to me. I never want to leave you. I wish to stay forever, but our king gave me a little time to use in the world of human, and the time is now. The baby inside you is not an ordinary baby, and it belonged to our kingdom. The baby is not yours, but the baby of the kingdom on the day you give birth. I will come and carry the baby. Don't forget, you are still my wife. No man should ever come close to you." The giant bear passed through the window and entered into the bush. Imani screamed so loud as she forcefully opened the door and run to the Nala SS house. On getting to Nala's house, Nala was laying dead on the floor. Moreover, what happened to Imani was exactly what happened to Nala, but Nala was so scared. As she wanted to run outside, she hit her head on the wall and fall down, dead. The villagers were worried and never know what could have caused Nala her death. But as day go after day, they move on and forget about it. Whenever they ask Imani about her husband, she lies say he have traveled a faraway village to heal people. One day, the king had a dream. He saw Imani giving birth to a baby with a golden crown on the baby's head. The baby grew up to become a powerful king. He ruled the kingdom so well. When the king wakes up, he taught the dream, or ordinary dream, and never take it personal. The second night, he had the same dream again immediately. The king wake up, he start taking it personal, saying, "This is not an ordinary dream." He say to itself, "Is it that Imani's carrying the next king? I will do anything to protect this baby, to make the dream come through of us. I don't give birth to any child, but as long as I have someone who can rule and take good care of my people, I am very okay with that." The next day, the king called for Imani. When Imani got to the palace, the king narrate his dream to her. Imani was shocked and replied, the king saying, "This can't be possible, the baby doesn't belong here." Imani stopped talking and started crying bitterly. Look, the king didn't understand what she meant by saying, "The baby don't belong here." From that moment, king command that Imani should start living in the palace, and they should treat her like a queen, because she is carrying the next king. Imani start living in the palace as the king have command. But the king noticed something. He noticed that Imani have never been happy since when she started living in the palace. The king thinks she should be happy as she now lives in the palace like a queen. But Imani was never happy because she knows she is in a very big danger that will affect the whole kingdom. One day, Imani was sitting somewhere alone in the palace, and the king saw her crying alone. It was this moment the king knew that there is something secret Imani is hiding. The king moved closer to her, and Imani was shocked. As she saw the king beside her, she quickly cleaned up her face as if nothing had happened, and the king asked her queen what happened, but Imani answered nothing. The king sat down beside her and said, "A problem shared is a problem solved. Tell me what happened. I am the king of this kingdom, and I have the power to control everything of my kingdom." And Imani reply, and say, "The problem is the baby. The baby belonged to a giant bear of the forest. My husband the villagers know is a bear, and he will come back and carry the baby immediately. I give birth to the baby." The king was shocked. As he heard this, he stood up angrily and said with a very bold voice, "Nothing can take this baby away from this kingdom, because he is the king of the next generation. I will tell my warriors to be ready and my soldier to be vigilant, and all the herbalists in the kingdom to wake up the babies going nowhere." Imani feel calm with the king's words and believe that the king will save the baby from the giant bear on that day, on the day Imani want to give birth. Aluna kingdom know the day they were expecting has come. The king know this will not just be an ordinary fight, but a war. He ordered his warriors to sharpen their sword very smooth and sharp, the soldiers to load their guns with bullets as much as possible, the herbalists to be more perfect with their spiritual incantations. Imani gave birth successfully. The baby was a boy. The whole kingdom were ready. The soldiers, the warriors, and the village herbalist are standing with confidence expecting any suspicious move, and suddenly... Thanks for watching, and watch out for the part 2. Thanks.